We spend a lot of time talking about confidence, intelligence, ambition, and talent. But if you've lived long enough, you've probably noticed something strange. Some of the smartest people struggle to keep relationships. Some of the most talented people never seem to move forward. And some ordinary people with no impressive titles or extraordinary gifts end up building meaningful lives. Why? Because the traits that quietly shape your life are often the ones nobody celebrates. They are not flashy. They don't make motivational quotes, but they determine how people experience you and how you experience life. Let's talk about the character traits nobody really talks about, but that actually matter. Being teachable. One of the easiest ways to stop growing is believing you already know. Being teachable doesn't mean agreeing with everyone. It means being willing to ask, what if I'm wrong? We've all met someone who has an answer for everything. You can't correct them. You can't advise them. Every conversation becomes a debate instead of a chance to learn. Ironically, intelligence without humility often becomes a barrier to growth. The people who improve the fastest aren't always the smartest. They are usually the ones who aren't embarrassed to learn. Sometimes maturity isn't having all the answers. It's being comfortable admitting you don't. Reliability. People often admire charisma, but they trust consistency. Being reliable sounds boring until you are the person everyone can depend on. Think about the people you genuinely respect. It's probably not because they are exciting every single day. It's because when they say they will do something, they actually do it. Reliability builds something talent alone can't. Trust. And trust opens more doors than charm ever will. Emotional self-control. This doesn't mean hiding your emotions. It means not letting every emotion become everyone else's problem. We've all had moments where stress made us snap at people who had nothing to do with it. Maybe you regretted it later. The problem wasn't feeling angry. The problem was allowing the emotion to make the decision. One quiet skill that changes relationship is learning to pause. Not every text deserves an immediate reply. Not every disagreement needs to become an argument. Sometimes the strongest response is simply giving yourself time before reacting. Keeping the promises nobody else knows about. Not the big ones, not I'm going to change my life. The small ones. I said I would be in bed by 11. I said I would answer that email today. Most people break these constantly and never notice because there's no witness and no consequences. Here's the mechanic. Every time you break a promise only you know about, you teach yourself that your own word doesn't matter. And that shows up later in relationships, in commitments, and the gap between who you say you actually are. The fix isn't motivation. It's picking one small promise this week and treating it like you treat a promise to your best friend. Curiosity about other people. Many conversations aren't really conversations. They are two people waiting for their turn to speak. People remember how you made them feel heard far more than they remember your clever opinions. Being curious means asking follow-up questions, listening without immediately relating everything back to yourself, trying to understand before trying to impress. Ironically, people often find those who listen genuinely more interesting than those who talk the most. Owning your mistakes. Nobody enjoys being wrong, but pretending you are never wrong usually causes more damage than the mistake itself. A simple, "you are right, I handled that badly," can repair relationships faster than 20 excuses. Owning mistakes doesn't make you weak, it makes you easier to trust. People don't expect perfection, they expect honesty. Patience with slow progress. We are surrounded by stories of overnight success. What we rarely see are the years of quiet improvement before anyone noticed. This affects everyday life too. Learning a skill, improving communication, building healthier habits. Most meaningful progress is painfully ordinary. It's repeating small actions long after the excitement disappears. Many people quit not because they are incapable, but because progress feels slower than they expected. Patience isn't passive, it's continuing even when nothing exciting seems to be happening. The truth is, most of the traits that build a good life don't attract much attention. Being dependable, listening well, admitting mistakes, managing emotions, staying curious, remaining teachable. None of these will make you look impressive overnight, but over months and years, they quietly shape your relationships, your opportunities, and the kind of person people feel safe around. And maybe that's the point. Character isn't built in the moments everyone sees. It's built in the ordinary moments nobody notices, because in the end, people may remember what you achieved, but they will almost always remember how you consistently showed up. If this made you reflect on your own character, let me know in the comments. Which of these traits do you think is the hardest to practice consistently? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Becoming Journey, and join me for more honest conversations about growth, relationships, and becoming a better human one ordinary day at a time. I'll see you in the next one.